All right, welcome to CrossFit Mischief's at-home programming. I will be going through the workout with you today, so I hope you enjoy it. All right, so to begin, we are going to be doing 2 rounds. You're going to start off with 15 good mornings, then move into 15 kneeling lunges, then 30 shoulder taps. So we're going to be doing 2 rounds of that. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen so you're going to be able to see me do the movements as you can do them with me. All right, let's get going. So for the good morning, we're going to get any type of object. We can use a broomstick. I have a dumbbell here. I'm going to place this on my back. From here, I'm going to push my hips back, slightly even, drive all the way down so I'm parallel to the ground. Stand up, squeeze those glutes. I'm going to complete 15. Let's begin. Five more left. Awesome. Now we're going to move on to that kneeling lunge. So we're going to begin in a kneeling position on the ground. My core is engaged. Now from here, I'm going to step one leg out, then the other leg to meet it, but I'm not going to stand up all the way. Now I'm going to step back and back to that starting position. Now switch to the start leg, go back up to that kneeling position. We've got 15 of these. Let's begin. Keep moving. You should feel your legs burning at this point. Got 3 more left. Last one here. Awesome. Now we're going to move into our 30 shoulder taps. Every time we tap our shoulders, it's going to count as 1 rep, so it's going to be 15 each side. I'm going to get into this plank position, making sure my core is nice and engaged. I'm going to look down at the ground and keep my neck in line with my spine. And I'm going to tap my shoulders. Notice my hips are not moving at all. Let's get going. Awesome. Now we're going to do 1 more round of that. Then we're going to move into our core. So back to those good mornings. Awesome job. Moving into those kneeling lunges. We got 15. How many do you have? Awesome. Now moving into those shoulder taps. It's going to be our last movement of our warm-up. Keep that core nice and tight. Squeeze those glutes. Don't let those hips sway side to side. Keep moving. Awesome job. Now we're going to move directly into our core. We have 2 rounds of max plank holds. We're going to be holding for as long as we can, then we're going to rest a minute, and then we're going to do that again. So we're going to set up our timers. I'll share that screen. We'll have our timer running, and then we're going to hold as long as possible. All right, is everyone ready? Let's get going in 10 seconds. There you go. These are going to be from our forearms, so notice that my elbows are on the ground. They're stacked with my shoulders. I'm engaging this core really tight, squeezing my glutes, and I'm going to just hold. Remember, keep breathing through this. We're going to try to go as long as possible. Awesome job. You're almost at 30 seconds right now. Keep holding. You're going to feel your core start to burn. 50 seconds in. Let's go for a minute and a half. Keep holding. We got about 25 seconds left to keep our goal. $15 seconds remaining. 5 seconds. Awesome job, and let's rest. 1 minute rest on that clock, then we're going to try it again. Going in 30 seconds. Another plank hold. Then we'll move on to our workout. $15 seconds. Here we go. Get ready. Going in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Back to that plank hold. Again, you want to stack those elbows over their shoulders. Keep that core nice and engaged. Squeeze those glutes. You don't want to start seeing that butt rise up in the air, but we also don't want to see those hips start to drop. We want to keep everything nice and tight. We're going to hold here. Let's shoot for a minute. You are 30 seconds in. Keep holding. You're almost there. We have 10 seconds left. You might be shaking a little bit, but that's okay. Just keep trying to hold that plank. And 3, 2, 1, and breath. Awesome job with the core. Now let's move on to our workout of the day. All right, so for the workout, let's pull this up so we can all look at it and let's talk about it. So we're gonna be playing 3 rounds for time. The clock will be running. I'll share that screen like I'm doing right now. We are going to start with 20 push-ups, then 20 weighted squats, and then 20 weighted lunges. So for your weight, you can use any type of odd object around your house, a backpack, a book, a gym bag. If you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell, you can grab that. So it doesn't matter how you hold this object. And I'll show you a couple different options before we get started. But there's gonna be a couple different ways to do this. So let's stop sharing and let's go over these movements. So I'm gonna be using a dumbbell today. For our squats and our lunges, we can front rack it. This is gonna be one of the common options, or I can back rack it. This is another very common option. We could also place one on one shoulder, but if we do this, we just wanna make sure that we have an equal amount of reps holding it on each side. For the lunges, if you want to hold it by your side, same concept applies. Just make sure to switch that hand so you're having an even number of reps holding this object in the one hand. The last option, which is going to be the most hard for the lunge, is you're actually going to be putting it overhead. So when I lunge back, you notice this object is in line with my body. This is the most difficult one. I'm going to be back racking my dumbbell today for my squats, and then for my lunges, I will be front racking it. So, for our squats, what we're going to be looking for, we're going to pick up this object, place it wherever you want to. We're going to sit back into that chair, get all the way down below parallel, and then stand up all the way. We're going to be really focusing on keeping those weight completely in the foot, so we want those heels driving into the ground, but we never want to also lift our toes up. So everything going to be pushing down into the ground, that full foot pushing down. The next thing that we're going to focus on, keeping that chest up. We never want to see that chest collapse on us. So don't ever look at that ground, look out to the horizon, and then drive up. The third thing we're going to be focusing on is driving those knees outward as we squat down and as we come up out of that squat. Then we're going to move into our lunge. We're going to step out, tap that knee down, then return to that start position. When I step out, I want to make sure I'm stepping out to an angle so I'm not making a tightrope or a line with my 2 feet. This makes it very unstable, so I want to step outward, then tap down, then back together. Then for our push-ups, this is going to be our first movement. Getting down to the ground, chest hits that ground, driving all the way up. If I need to, drop down to those knees. What we're going to be looking for is wrists stacked over the shoulders. So we've got 3 rounds of that. Everything is 20 reps. Let's get the clock going and let's get started. All right, everyone ready? Let's begin in 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and begin. Let's go those 20 push-ups. It's not a bad idea to break these up into sets that are manageable so you don't get that muscle fatigue. Awesome, now we're gonna move on to our weighted squats. We've got 20. move on to those lunges. Back to our, now we're on the second round. Back to those push-ups. All right, we have one more round. Should feel it burning now. We got one more left. How many do you get? Whew. That was hard. Last movement. Whew. Nice job. Heart rate should be going. If you need to finish it out, you can keep going. I'm going to stop sharing the screen and I'm going to show you that cool down. All right, so to finish this out today, we're going to do a cool down. Again, if you're still working, just keep your timer running. And just as soon as you get done with that, then you can jump into this cool down. All right, so to begin, that chat around you. So we're gonna start in the plank position for me. You're gonna lower yourself down, press up into that up dog. Hold out here for a second. Press back into that down dog. Really think about pushing through the palms, looking at the tops of your knees. Heels go deep into that ground. From here, lifting that right leg up towards the sky. We're gonna draw it through, coming into a runner's lunge. Drop that back knee. We're gonna raise up, coming into a modified crescent. Focus on that breath. Dropping those hands back down. Stepping back into that plank. Lowering yourself down to that chaturanga. Pressing up into that up dog. You're gonna pull those thighs off the ground. Pressing back into that down dog. Heels go deep into the ground. Lift that left leg up towards the sky. Drawing it through. Dropping that back knee down. Raising up into that modified crescent. Dropping those hands down. Stepping back into the tabletop. Pressing back into that child's pose, and we're going to hold out here. Come out of that slowly when you're ready. Awesome job today. Thank you for joining me. Have a great rest of the day. Hope you like the workout.